Hello everyone, and welcome to Halfbeard's HUD's Heads Up. Today we have Wanted Corp by Echo Software, as you just saw, and Zoo Entertainment. This is a dual joystick shooter with kind of a space bounty hunter kind of unique gimmick, and as well as you can see, feel and look to it. We're just going to jump right in to my save game. This is just a very, very basic save game. I've only played like the first level. That's because this is the PC version, which actually isn't out yet. This is actually preview build as far as I know. The version I put the most time into is the PS3 version, which is already out and is on the PSN. I think it's $10 on there, and it can be found right now. This PC version should be coming along at some point, but we're using it for our video purposes because I don't have the box that allows me to record console stuff yet. So anyways, we'll just kind of show it off a little bit. There's basically upgrade mechanics and stuff like that. But we'll just get in, show you the gameplay. There's also can be online. As far as I know, the preview build doesn't have online, so we're not going to show that. And that's because it is almost entirely dependent on its two-player mechanic. You have two characters, Mad Dog and Arena. Mad Dog is kind of your gun guy. He's all about firepower, destruction, and the basic dual joystick ways a dual joystick shooter to be. Arena is kind of your magic character. She's focusing more on more technical stuff, and she has a few more unique spells that allow her to kind of specially control the situation. Though she's a little more frail, and she's going to be she's not going to be able to take as much. She's not going to be able to kind of dish out as much specific damage as Mad Dog is. I personally stick with Mad Dog because easier. Skip right past those videos. Basic story is we're being sent to this planet to capture a couple of missing fugitives by the name of Monkey Grunk and Bargist. Monkey Grunk, as you probably tell, by the name is a monkey, but he's also a cybernetic gorilla monkey man who's a master hacker and is bad, I suppose. Bargist is an evil mind-controlling monk. Just evil things. So as you can see, dual joystick shooter. I twirl one stick and I fire. Nothing special. That said, it's not bad. It controls well enough, which is important. The neat aspect comes from the bounty mechanic, which I will explain in a second once a character that shows up that I can bounty.
Careful, they are armed.
Also multiple weapons. I have this gun here. Excuse me. It's that time of year, and I have the flu like everyone else on the planet. We got pistols. We got this crossbow shotgun thing. There's magnetic pulse rifle later, which is weirdly not very useful because it's really hard to aim. You got grenades as well, which I guess I'm all out of grenades, so I can't show you. More importantly, though. Hey, there's an enemy I can bounty. Bountying, instead of killing an enemy, I capture him and you bounty him. Again, that's another reason why that two-player mechanic is useful. One player can kite while the other player does the neutralizing and capturing. It's handy. Lots of waiting for switches to be turned in this game. Oftentimes, bountying will be more important than killing anyways. Like this character, if I were to kill it, it will spit out a bunch of parasites, which will fuck up my day. But by doing that instead, he gets sent up to the Wanted Corp base, and, I'm saved. Here, I'll show you what it looks like when they die. Parasites everywhere that fuck with my day. Then I go wiggle right stick, because, this is a video game. Show you Arena's gameplay though for now. She has two basic attacks right now. She has this lightning thing, which you just got to direct that around the screen rather than with a cursor, which I don't really like using a cursor with a joystick. I'm sure with a mouse, she's more the character you're going to use if you're using a mouse. And she's not limited by ammo, though ammo honestly is barely a limit because it's fucking everywhere. She's limited by kind of a magic power, by like a mana bar that will slowly drain. She also has
Here.
a ring spell that allows her to capture enemies so they can be sent up to the ship. There are a couple other spells she'll gain later on. She'll gain a
Catch them.
protected shield kind of spell thing that'll allow her to
Target in
kind of
sight.
help get us out of sticky situations by creating these, again, hard light kind of shield things. She'll also get this kind of weird like light aura thing
That way.
that'll allow her to not only heal Mad Dog, but you know, kind of hoping she would protect me. What's there to protect? Because there's also a total AI system, so I can set her to protect. But I can set her to capture enemies, or I can set her to neutralize enemies, so I can capture them. Again, playing more and more into the whole working well with your partner to co-op things. Do things like kiting the enemy. The VO in this game really isn't that good, and neither is the character dialogue, but it's cheesy in a way that's got some charm to it. The characters are well enough established. They're not well established, but they're well enough established that they can be kind of enjoyed. There's a weird charm to this game. It's kind of shitty, but in a way I totally dig. Like, it's kind of just cheesy fun. The combo system's fun, and the gameplay is fun enough that any of the bad parts can kind of be ignored. Like, I just kind of dig it. It's mindless, but sometimes mindless is good. And there's stuff to work towards. I mean, you know, there's a decent upgrade system. It's not super special, but it's a decent upgrade system. I just realized I've been in this kind of horde mode thing, and I haven't actually played it, have I? Well, basically, sometimes the Bargus, the evil monk guy, will trap you in areas, and he'll set waves of enemies against you, and it's just it's a horde mode. You gotta be on your toes, and you gotta be constantly guarding against enemies until the horde mode runs out. And well, that's been seen in a ton of games lately. What's neat about it is that there's no real. I mean, it's scripted in the story, but there's no rhyme or reason to when they show up. They can show up at the start of a level, end of a level, whatever. It's a nice little way to kind of vary it up. You never know when you should be expecting that. I mean, obviously there's areas that look like arenas, and you're like, oh well, there's going to be one here, but generally they're actually pretty good about just kind of having them show up at random in areas that don't necessarily look like they're going to be combat arenas. As you can see, enemies are fairly basic so far, but fairly soon you're going to see that there's a decent variety of enemies, and that require some actual different tactics. Such as this big motherfucker. There's also little monk enemy guys who will throw energy at you, which are a big pain in the ass to deal with. You've got jumping monkeys, which are fun. And you got a lot of kind of like security robots and native fauna just kind of through your day. There's a decent amount of enemies, decent amount of weapons, kind of just a decent amount of everything. It's a very basic game, but it's got enough. Oh, ready to be captured. Gotta mash that A button. I suppose it goes to mention I am using an Xbox controller right now. Obviously, this game actually isn't coming out on the Xbox. If you're curious as to why, I suspect the reason is it's too big for the Xbox. This game was like a 2.12, I want to say, gig download on the PS3, and on the PC this build alone was a 3.14. Though I suspect that's just because it's not fully optimized yet. Probably end up being a 2 point download on there as well. Just very odd. Oh, so I've died. Basically, the thing is, I can revive me if I'm smart enough by doing that, or if I let myself die, I can spend some of the points I've accumulated to essentially buy my way back in. But it's a fair amount of points, and if you don't have those points available, you're done. As you can see, they do their best to kind of vary things up. You've got vehicle sections. You've got some defend the bridge kind of sections where you're on a moving bridge and you gotta defend. Like, it's very basic. But it's, at the same time, like, it does its best to do things in a kind of a neat way. Like, I really appreciate this game, the way this game tries. Like, it's, you know, it's fun to just fuck around one of these. Again, it's, you know, this is not anything super special. This isn't getting Game of the Year or anything like that, but it's neat, and I kind of dig it. It's just a kind of nice little end of the year downloadable treat. I enjoy. I wholeheartedly, you know, approve playing the demo, so to speak. Definitely, you know, give it a shot. Give the demo a shot if there's a demo out there. I'm pretty sure. I think there is one on the PS3. Just kind of check it out, see what's what. And it's got kind of a neat aesthetic. The world it's set in is, it's kind of interesting. I mean, again, there's nothing super specialized about it. There is backstory you can find. There's these archives you can dig up that'll give you some ideas to what the story of this game is. But, you know, it's just kind of a neat, fun, score-based romp that you don't need to think too hard about. And most importantly, like, it plays. It plays just fine. Like, I have no real issues with the control. While none of the gameplay is particularly unique or all that amazing, it all works. And honestly, that's enough. If your gameplay works, that's enough. Sometimes. Again, they like to throw in the rub. As you can see, there's this thing. It'll close the bars, but you need to hold it in place. So you want to be smart. You want to use Arena's strength ring in a way it was not intended to hold those bars in place. Solving the puzzles. Again, it's funny, the kind of the press statement for this game, press kind of like press release for the game. One of the things it touts really weirdly is like, no story. You don't have to focus on a story while you're playing this game. I'm pretty sure I'm watching a cutscene right now. And I mean, while this game's story isn't deep, it's not like it's got this is like bad, completely no-nonsense, insignificant story. The story is, you know, it's enough to contextualize the game, which is totally, that's an important thing. Contextualizing the game can mean the world sometimes. Oh, the frame rate's going crazy. Again, I'm going to say that's because this isn't optimized. Don't expect that to be in the final version. Also, of course, keep in mind I am recording it, and recording doesn't always make things run smoothly.
Fire at will.
But yeah, like the story's fine. There's nothing. I sometimes on there they downplay it so much. It's interesting too. They don't just the reasons to capture aren't just for money or for score. Another good reason, the reason they kind of give you the capture is because it actually unlocks stuff. If you capture a certain amount of enemies in each stage, you will unlock a new weapon or upgrade of some sort. At least so far. I don't know if that's the case throughout the entire game, but in all the levels I have played so far, that has been the case. Excuse the sniffling, I do have the flu, because, you know, it's that time of year, and we all gotta get sick. I suppose it's worth mentioning, we're actually giving away copies of this game. Your loyal readers of the site are going to see a article right below this one, essentially offering up a couple copies of this game. What's happening is the developer was nice enough to give us a couple extra copies for the PS3. Again, PC version's not out. And as always, we hold our lame little contest to give them away. The last one we did this for Skydrift. We made you all do airplane references from movies. This time, I'm gonna go something a little trickier. I want you to, because this game is about bounty hunters, I want you to name me a bounty hunter from, name me a bounty hunter who is not a Fett. No Boba Fett, no Jango Fetts, no Fetts, but a sci-fi bounty hunter. Let's specify that. Sci-fi bounty hunter who is not a Fett. That's what you have to bring. That's what you have to bring up. Everyone who puts one of those in the comments for that article, for that comment for the article regarding this contest, again, will be found right above or below this one. Will be entered into the contest. We'll be holding the draw on Monday, when my full review of this game will come out, just like with Skydrift, and we'll give away a couple copies. And as a consolation prize, one person will win an iPad copy of a Fractal, another game that's being published by the publisher. Sorry, and though that is an iPad version, so if you want to be entered in the contest to win the iPad version specifically, say it in your comment. Just say you have an iPad in your comment, so that way I know I should put you in the running for the iPad copy of Fractal, because honestly, I don't want to give that code away to somebody who doesn't have an iPad. Alright, so that's a level of Wanted Corp. That's a pretty good example of kind of what the gameplay for this game is. It's pretty basic. It's standard dual joystick shooting. Arena stuff is a little more unique, but it ends up boiling down to the same. As you can see, I just unlocked her second spells. Oh, she also has telekinetic abilities. I forgot about that. In which, basically, telekinesis. You can pick up shit from the environment and throw it at other shit. Yeah, I guess I'll also show you the store quickly while I'm here. It's what you spend all that hard-earned money on. Both Mad Dog and Arena upgrade separately, because again, their abilities are very different. Arena stuff is different, and because she more upgrades what her stuff does. For example, radiuses, healing speeds. Basically, radiuses and efficacy are generally what she's upgrading, whereas this is the same for both. I'll explain that when I get to Mad Dog. Whereas Mad Dog is more upgrading, let's see. He's upgrading damage, capacity, and reload speed. What you'd expect. You're never really unlocking new features or weapons with money. You're more just upgrading stuff. Neatly enough, you can actually sell your upgrades. You can downgrade. You're not getting as much back, but it's neat nonetheless. And there's also health. Basically, with health, you can just buy a health kit. You can see that I never really used a health kit, but you press the B, pick up a health kit, and you press B on the Xbox controller if you're playing on PC, and O on the PS3 controller if you're playing on PS3, and you'll kind of heal yourself up. You can buy those here if you feel too hard pressed to find them. No, honestly, you'll find them all over. Or you can upgrade your health. Give yourself just a little bit of extra health. A little bit of extra health. Always handy. Very basic upgrade system. Nothing special, but hey, neat enough. It's something to kind of just keep you wanting to actually collect stuff. As I said, there is also an online mode. On the PS3 version, there are leaderboards. There is a big archive here that will kind of let you look back at all the story stuff you found. Again, where they totally discount the story. So, yeah. That's Wanted Corp. Again, by Echo Software and Zoo Entertainment. It's available on the PS3 right now, and on the PC at some point. It's currently TBA, according to every site I could find. It'll come out when it comes out. I want to say $10. I'll put a little YouTube annotation right here just to kind of clarify that if it's not. And yeah, not a bad purchase. Again, it's not. This is by no means ridiculous game of the year, striking masterpiece of literary art or anything along those lines, but as a bit of popcorn, dual joystick, just kind of shooting shit, kind of fun. I kind of dig it. It's got a neat little charm, and it's It's December. You want something. Nothing important is coming out right now. You kind of want something. You kind of want something. No offense to the developer, throw away to play something you can pick up, pop a few hours into, and be happy with, and never touch again. And this fills that void. You're not gonna go through it over and over and over again because that's kind of one of the things they advertise. It's just you're seeing the levels and you've seen the gameplay, but you're gonna go through it once. You're gonna enjoy that time, and for $10, there's worse things out there for $10. So yeah, Wanted Corp, I kind of dig it. Go feel free to pick that one up, or if you're a loyal Halfbeard's HUD reader and viewer, which I hope you are, pop by to the site. Go to the comment article go to the article right above or below this. I'm not exactly sure where I'll put it. That says, "Hey, win a free copy of Wanted Corp." Put down your comment in our comment section saying, giving us the name of some sort of sci-fi bounty hunter that's not, and I repeat, not a FET, and you'll be entered to maybe win yourself a free copy of this game. And of course, if you have an iPad, you would like a free iPad copy of Fractal, be sure to add that in your comment, and I'll put you in and you'll be entered to win a copy of that as well. We only have one of those to give away though, so only one lucky Apple fan is getting a copy of that. So yeah, Halfbeard's HUD, Wanted Corp, we're out.